This criminal strutted into the ring full of confidence, talking big about sparring victories and calling his punches brick hands.
I appreciate Tank giving me this opportunity to come whoop his ass.
He thought he had Gervonta Tank Davis figured out.
You can't make the type of mistakes that he make with those other guys against me.
But Tank Davis isn't the kind to fall for hype.
Y'all wanna know something?
The bell rang, and in an instant, Davis reminded Martin and the entire arena exactly who commands that octagon. Gervonta Tank Davis didn't climb the ranks by talking. He built his reputation one brutal knockout at a time. Each punch and each devastating finish amplified his presence in the boxing world. Jose Pedraza was among the first few who felt the full force of that right hand, falling mercilessly as Tank captured his first world title at just 22. Leo Santa Cruz didn't last a moment because a single and perfectly timed uppercut silenced him instantly. Mario Barrios stepped up in weight, hoping for a challenge, only to endure 3 merciless knockdowns and a brutal end. Rolando Romero spent months hyping himself, but one precise left sent him reeling into the ropes like a phantom. Even Ryan Garcia, the golden boy, couldn't escape the Tank's firepower, as just 7 rounds in, a perfectly placed liver shot had him folding silently. In those nights, Tank didn't just win fights, he became boxing itself. But then he vanished. Weeks later, legal trouble landed him in jail for a hit and run, which resulted in 44 days behind bars. When he returned 14 months later, Gervonta came angrier, sharper, and hungrier. Frank Martin stepped in, undefeated and fast, armed with raw talent and a hunger to catch up. A latecomer to boxing, he had no deep amateur pedigree, but only relentless dedication. Martin was a former wrestler, a football player, and now boxer, and he was guided by Errol Spence and Derek James. The young warrior had risen quickly, knocking down anyone in his path, and that had him thinking he had Tank measured too, especially with the 2 sparring years prior, and Martin claiming to have gotten the better of the dominant champ.
What happened during that sparring session?
Came in, playing, thinking shit was sweet, got clipped.
That's another thing. You never clipped me. What are you talking about? I didn't clip you. No, you did not. You caught me with a good shot. That's it. That happened in boxing. You never clipped me. I never shook. None of that. What are you talking about? Shook the fucking room. You even hit that.
Tank didn't care about any of Martin's words. He let his fists do the talking, and in that moment, his communication was loud and clear. When the fight started, Tank Davis didn't rush. He moved with calm precision, stalking Frank Martin across the ring while keeping his signature power in reserve. Every step was measured, every feint deliberate. Martin tried to probe and test, but Tank's composure was impenetrable, his footwork sharp, and his presence commanding. The first round was a chess match, with Davis sizing up his opponent and Martin looking to find an opening that never truly appeared.
And of course, here's a guy who has some of the best footwork in his career and now working on James. He's primed here to take Davis. For Davis, of advantage of Leo Santa Cruz going to the left uppercut here. Very much typical of him. His back foot just seals to offer. Martin trying to establish.
Absolutely. And Martin's a really good one.
Yeah, both fighters really a little.
Hands for low. Second to none, but Martin
saw how nice Martin got out of that corner and ended up picking tails.
One Davis under 27.
By the second round, Davis began to settle into his rhythm. He maintained control of the center of the ring, carefully walking Martin back while still holding his devastating punches. Though he was capable of ending the fight early, Tank chose patience and let Martin's movements reveal weaknesses. Martin was now feeling the heat.
Hands the body as well.
Both very proficient at full counters as well as
really relaxed, really alert, locking eyes.
He's putting on really good pressure when he's making Frank Martin.
Behind the guard of Davis, buying again, throwing many more punches. As always,
it only takes one.
You know, it does just close the fight, ending single shot counters. His career is incredible.
And Harvey
against Romero, Leo Santa.
So you get a jab.
And this is nothing new for him.
He really was incredible in that 50-50 fight against beating Michel Rivera. He took Rivera to the unheralded Artem Artunian, but he showed that to the volume, route IQ, compact shape, but
misses.
Davis missed there.
Keep it up for 12 rounds.
Not just keep it up in session years ago where Martin allegedly between these two, but little grappling, not much else. Again, wanting to keep Tank at bay, utilizing the jab. We're at the end of time.
The third round saw Martin attempting to create opportunities, but his efforts were mostly met with Tank's calm defense. Davis kept the pressure steady, subtly adjusting his timing and rhythm, making Martin uncomfortable. His eyes stayed locked, analyzing, calculating, and preparing for the perfect moment. Though there was no explosion of power yet, it was clear that Martin was beginning to feel the subtle but undeniable effect of Tank's presence.
You can't say it's Russ, especially because, again, the strategic. Meanwhile, wants to continue doing this more jabs, but
Mistake to open up.
that's the whole thing. Up eventually coming, but
Same here. It's only ready, but, you know, this is also.
and there's a one coming from the south. Any altering power that Tank Davis has been recording. And there's a different back to the bottom. Davis today utilize his ring IQ and his boxing. Yes, it's not even so much like it's exciting finishes, but for Gervonta Davis.
Extremely exciting. We knew he was capable of this, and so far, I mean, the first 3 rounds.
And that's the career of Tank Davis. And Davis, though, beginning to load it again. Martin able to escape the ropes, so extended some Martin.
Round 4 was where Davis began to make his dominance visible. He started landing solid body shots, each one met with a sharp reaction from Martin. The crowd erupted at every connection, realizing that Tank's power was now finding its mark. Martin's movements became increasingly hesitant. The slight flinches and missteps were clear signs that he was feeling the champion's authority in the ring.
Fourth round. Utilizing that footwork. Money line has changed.
Yes, he is. Again, like you said, Joe, he's doing all the right things. 2-3 back to the jab. Moving to this. The right thing to do.
Explosive counters. Double attempt. Not the right sport. Nice rematch for Davis. Just downstairs.
It's very hard to hit to the head. And he landed
Social media predicted a 19 cut up. 30 seconds left, and Martin said,
Hey, shot from Davis. But you can't go up if you're Martin.
no way.
Davis hitting you.
Instantly, he'll rule.
In the 5th round, Martin was visibly struggling to assert himself. Davis continued his methodical approach, patiently picking his shots and keeping Martin on the defensive. The challenger tried to find breathing room but found himself continually pressed, cornered by Tank's relentless strategy. With each exchange, Davis's skillful timing and precision became more evident.
Of course, many wondering how to handle being
You're not getting hurt with what he said.
That's right. Off the jab downstairs. Vision.
like this. It's just
Tyson. Mike Tyson had his said the whole fight is a
using it very well tonight.
Just let Davis get to let him know that, you know, I'm still in this.
Round 6 brought the fight closer to its climax. Tank's power was unmistakable now, his punches landing cleanly and with authority. Martin tried to counter, but Davis's timing was perfect. Every shot to the body and head seemed to sap Martin's strength, and the crowd was on their feet with every exchange.
The 6th round begins with a triple jab, something that he told us that displayed, and perhaps nations could.
We knew he was going to move. What could you do? So we keep the pressure into it.
Trying to cut off that ring, double right hand, going upstairs, downstairs.
He's doing the right things. Hands for Martin.
With a jab.
was rookie that is trying to really bring it to him. And again, Martin is doing right. You got to believe that. Basically, got to be the output, right, guys?
Tank is having his best fight.
By round 7, it was becoming clear that the knockout was inevitable. Martin was increasingly trapped against the ropes, his movements restricted, his defenses faltering under Tank's precise pressure. Davis continued to control the ring effortlessly, letting Martin make mistakes and punishing them with expert accuracy.
Here we go. But not by much.
And we begin with unbeaten Gervonta Ghost Martin, who stuck to his game plan, has had the mobility, but now Davis, this is where he begins. He's in the second.
Want to open up. He doesn't want to. Has to keep him busy.
Just avoiding that counter, but now Martin breaking them up. Martin doing the veteran thing with him is a danger zone. Exactly what he's supposed to do.
With the left elbow shots. Yeah.
He's left from Davis. Now Davis. Martin against the ropes with his left arm to the center of the ring again. Standing in front of him. Retreat on the back foot.
Yes, he's going outside. He's just walking out.
He moves on Frank Martin for the first time lead here in terms of total punches connected in this round. It's all Gervonta time. This is the last round and it's round 7. It begins.
Round 8 was a showcase of Davis's mastery. He delivered combinations that rattled Martin further, alternating body shots and head punches with deadly precision that was about to humble the cocky criminal.
From Martin to the bottom. It's a slight advantage. Gap is closing. And Davis double
Martin's got to stand if he wants to stand.
Yes, there he needs to be a little bit busy as he is.
combinations of his, but jab from Davis and another.
Slow rounds like that.
When he's not in the corner, that's the
Keep on the scorecard.
Left to the body.
The knockout was emphatic and a fitting conclusion for what was promoted as the 100th championship fight at the MGM Grand. So here's the lesson. Never underestimate Gervonta Tank Davis, and definitely don't give him a reason to fight angry. He doesn't just win, he punishes, he dominates, and he makes sure everyone remembers why he's one of the most feared champions in boxing. If you enjoyed seeing just how ruthless Tank can be, hit that like button, subscribe for more fight breakdowns, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a knockout or explosive highlight.